Hello, my witches. What's up? Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Allergies. I'm so glad that you're here with me today. Uh-oh. There's a fly in here. Oh. Oh, this Tonglen practice is going to be full on today. I'll tell you that much. Whoever's here, please check in. Check in and say hi so I can connect with you and we can connect with each other. I hope the fly finds its way out, except the bedroom door isn't open. So, well, it is what it is. Like I said, Tonglen practice will be full on today. We're in a perfect place to do what we're going to do today, I think. Hi, Suzanne. Hello. Hello, Shuja. Thank you so much for being here. Welcome, welcome. We're in a perfect place to practice what we're going to practice today because we're on a waning moon, so easier to be in receptive mode rather than active mode. And we're on a Mercury retrograde, so perfect time to drop the storyline, right? To drop that mercurial, logical, step-by-step storyline progression that makes us suffer so badly. Thank you. This is, Suzanne, this is from my CD called Mother Drum. And if you search my channel for Mother Drum, all one word, the whole CD is up there as a video that is a freebie for you to listen to. Drumming, and there's a meditation of grounding. So, okay, hold on one second here. Oh, that's not gonna work. That's gonna work. Hang on. I hope I got it. We don't allow flies in here. Okay. You are very welcome, Suzanne. Every Saturday, I mean, I do my ritual every morning. I do puja that is Tibetan Buddhist. And so I'm happy to bring this here to you. And, you know, as you know, people that have been coming to prayer circles since I started doing them, they're always a little bit different. You know, there's always something. And today, I have to tell you, I have next to no plan. I've got some information in my head. I haven't worked this out, so we're going into it. And again, this is a perfect time to be in sort of this receptive, working with the internal is what we're doing today. We're going to be working with the internal. So on YouTube, Mother Drum on YouTube. There is a Mother Drum group on Facebook. It is a secret group. So if anybody is interested in being part of that group, I don't really do much with that group right now since I haven't been doing Mother Drum events. But if you'd like to be part of that group, DM me on Facebook at the Zen Witch, at Luna Zen Witch on Facebook, or the Zen Witch Tarot and Astrology on Facebook. All right. So Buddhism, okay, they're yelling at me that we need to do our grounding first. All right, sorry, gang. But I started talking, they're like, do this. Okay. Like I said, loose plan, if any. But I think once we get there. So let's start with a smoke cleanse. If I can get my match to stay lit. Come on. Come on, darling. Here we go. So I give you, let me pull myself out of the way a little bit here. Okay. I offer you sage, that you may be purified by air and charged by fire. Hold on. What I'm doing there is putting it under my feet, over my head. See, I usually do this earlier in the day, so I don't have to do it all now, but I do. Okay, and then offer you ocean water, that you may be blessed by water and made whole by earth. And then I offer you the sound of the bell, the sound to activate spirit. We ask the sound of the bell to purify us body, speech, and mind. Sorry. You had a golf ball in there, apparently. Okay, so Buddhism talks about suffering, and the Western mind has misinterpreted the teachings of Buddhism every way it possibly can. And it has managed to mangle the concept of karma into crime and punishment, and suffering, the concepts of the nature of suffering and the focus on suffering as that this is just a horrible place of suffering and we need to transcend and escape from it until we die, and that is not at all what Buddhism is about. Particularly Tibetan Buddhism. And the practices of Tibetan Buddhism, and the Tonglen Practice in particular, is known as a Vajrayana Practice. And what that means, there's Hinayana, Mahayana, Vajrayana. Vajrayana is at the top because it's fast. It's fast and it's powerful. And what Vajrayana means, not literally, but the Vajrayana practices say that everything is useful, that everything that occurs in our lives is useful towards enlightenment. We can use every single thing that happens to us as another step on the path of enlightenment. So Vajrayana doesn't seek to get away from the things of life, from everyday life and the effects that it has on us. It seeks to embrace those things and pull them in, because in them is juice. In them is energy that we can use. So in Vajrayana Buddhism, in Tibetan Buddhism, there are no wrong feelings or wrong emotions. Everything is energy. And what's one of the main things we're seeking to do through Buddhism is remove our judgment from things, right? So I've got just a couple of notes, and I'm going to try to find my way through them in a way that makes sense to you, and quickly too. Let's see. So the three types of suffering: attachment, aversion, and indifference. The way that we can interpret those are also called the three poisons. Attachment can be, you can use the word craving for that too. Our cravings, the things that we so desperately want that we don't have, and the pain and suffering we go through because we want it so badly, right? So it's these cravings that take over the mind, that take over the body. That's the first type of suffering, is attachment. Then there's aversion, the second type of suffering, and we can use the word aggression here. These are all the things that piss us off, all the things that we hate, that we want to go away. That's aversion. So you think about these two energies, that craving energy and the aggressive pushing away energy, and understand just how much energy is in these things that we can use in order to move ourselves towards enlightenment. The third type of suffering is indifference or ignorance. One of the most applicable words for us in our current life is denial. So indifference is where we go into denial and just say, it's not happening, I'm pushing it out of my awareness. Well, those things also have a lot of energy that we can use to move us forward. When we come out of denial, we usually go into either attachment or aversion. And let's face it, if it's, we can be denying that we're addicted to something. We can be denying that we, hate something that we have to resolve. So those are the three types of, the three poisons. And the Tonglen practice gives us a way to work with these. And a couple of the goals here, one of them is to lighten up. You know, when we're in this dance of suffering and when we're in this dance of attachment and aversion, of craving and aggression and denial, we cannot be present to life, and things get very heavy because we're dealing with these things that feel so huge, and it's like, this must be really important. So we get very serious and very bogged down. And so one of the reasons we do this is to allow ourselves to move this heavy energy so that we can lighten up and so that we can soften rather than harden. You know, when we're dealing with the aversion and the aggression part, we harden ourselves, right? We put up armor, we put up our shields, and we become hard to life because these emotions are not happy. They don't make us feel good. So softening is another one of the goals, so that we can soften and be there for ourselves and be present. So one of the phrases, and I will show you this book here, Start Where You Are by Pema Chodron. This teaches, this is about the Lojong teachings, which are slogans, and it's all centered around the Tonglen practice. So if you really want to go deeper, go here. And her language is so plain, you guys. Anybody can understand it. She is a master at just bringing things down into simple everyday terms, which is really all these practices are about the everyday. They're not about grand esoteric things. They're about dealing with the everyday kind of suffering that we all go through. All right? So one of the phrases that she uses is, let the world speak for itself. So think about that for just a second. Samantha, hello, my darling. Hello, I'm so glad you're here. So letting the world speak for itself. What does this mean? What does this mean? This means that we are at a place where we are stepping outside of our judgments and our storyline and meeting the world just as it is. Not meeting it because we tend to meet it with our storyline first. We tend to meet it with our judgments first. Oh, I'm going outside. I like to be outside. It's really hot out. I don't like it being that hot out. I'm going to have to go out into the heat. And so we put judgments on things before we even really encounter them. We are referencing our past and wounds that we've received, traumas that we've gone through, and we're taking that storyline, and that is what's meeting the world, is the storyline and all its judgments. So letting the world speak for itself means that we can get to a place where we can go out and just meet the present moment with the wonder that's in it. The wonder that's in it. I'm going to take a moment here and make the offering that I didn't make. Make an offering of the fire of Azrael. So, Tonglen practice is about dealing with these three kinds of suffering and what our response is to those three kinds of suffering. And we usually have two responses. We either act out or we repress. If it's on the craving side of things, we usually act out. So somebody can be an active alcoholic and be in denial about that. And, you know, or an alcoholic based on trauma from the past. And so they're constantly acting out in these addictive behaviors. And then if we have trauma that's causing a lot of upheaval, we can repress that. Whatever feelings come up around, you know, around addiction, around aversion, we can repress those feelings. And what's happening is we're pushing all that energy into our body. And this is where tension comes from. This is where physical ailments based in trauma and stress and tension all come from this repressing and pushing this emotional energy back into the body because we're trying so hard to run away from it. All right. So Tonglen practice is about getting into this present moment right now, whatever's happening. It is meeting life at face value. It is letting your world speak for itself. It is being in what is without judgment, not what we want it to be or we don't want it to be. It's about, I am here for the energy in this present moment. I'm going to work with this energy. All right? The first goal here is to be there for yourself, to be present for yourself, to work with your own trauma, to move your own emotional energy so that you can lighten up, so that you can soften to your own experience, soften with compassion to your own trauma, right? And then the next ring of that circle, there's you in the center of the circle, Tonglen Practice, so that we can work with ourselves, lighten up, soften up. Then the next one is so that we can be there for others in a compassionate way, so we can respond to each moment as it arises. So the basis of Tonglen Practice is sitting meditation. And some of you may have practiced Zazen before. That is, from the Zen tradition. Or I think it's called Shamatha Vipassana, is the sitting meditation in Tibetan Buddhism. Real quick, I'll be able to tell you what it is. Yeah, Shamatha Vipassana. So it's just sitting. So the first thing that we need to be willing to do is just be here, rather than run. When things suck in our life, we just want to run. Anywhere but here. The game of anywhere else but here, right? We just want to run. So the first part of it is learning to stay, learning to be here with our body, with our mind, whatever's happening with it, without trying to make it change, without forcing it one way or another. And Pema Chodron talks about training a dog to stay. If you train a dog with screaming at him and hitting him with a rolled up newspaper, he's going to stay eventually, right? But he's going to be in fear the whole time. But if you train a dog to stay with gentleness, with compassion, with invitation, and meeting him with love, then the dog is going to stay and be easy and soft and light and so much better, right? So this is what we're doing with ourselves. We are training ourselves to stay first, to be with our energy, no matter what it feels like, and trying to suspend those judgments. The judgments are going to come up, ooh, this sucks, this feels bad, but we just let them go away, right? And when you're practicing Shamatha Vipassana meditation, you sit with your legs crossed and you just be in your body. And as thoughts arise, you just say, thinking, and let them scroll on by, right? You can imagine them as a cloud in the sky. There's a thought, and then just let the cloud go by. The thing of taking sand, mixing up muddy water, and watching it as it settles, and watching the particles settle out and leave clear water. That's what we're doing with Shamatha Vipassana meditation. Then we are sitting there and we are observing the energy that's in our body and how it feels. Just how it feels. And you might want to use words to describe it. If you've done this with me before, you know what I'm talking about. Ooh, this is heavy. This is pointy. My stomach hurts. My chest is heavy. My brain is freaking out. There are so many things that happen physically. And so you acknowledge those things. And then the first step of Tonglen is we breathe it in. We breathe all of the ik in. We breathe in the heavy, the dark, the dense. We breathe in the awful feeling. And then we breathe out. And when we breathe out, that energy expands and dissipates. Poof, it goes away, right? So today, through our chakras, we're going to start with the white and go down to the black because we are on a waning moon. So again, we're in this receptive mode. And the receptivity, how we're going to work with this today, is at each station, at each chakra, we're just going to observe. I will outline, here's what this chakra is about, and then we will sit and observe and see what's there. Breathe it in, breathe it out, and then we are going to use the green Tare mantra rather than our Hail Mother prayer today. And we are going to do a full mala, and how we will do that is by reciting 3 Tare mantras for each bead. all right? Because this is 1/3 of a full mala. Full mala is 108, all right? The words are down below under the video. And if you want to look at them, I will put them here in the chat as well. Om. Tare. Tutare. Ture. Soha. Om opens the way. Tare says that she's swift, that Tara is there immediately. They say that she arrives the moment before you think of her. That's how swift she is. There immediately to help. Tutare is the mudra at her heart, like this. That mudra repels fear. It removes all of our fears, all of our anxieties. Ture is this mudra that she has in her right hand, which is pointing out like this. Ture says she bestows everything that we need. Soha, the world bows at her feet. All right? So Om Tare, Tutare, Ture Soha. Say it with me a few times so you can get the sounds in your mouth so that we can just have a flow. Om Tare, Tutare, Ture Soha. 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 Right. Okay, I'm gonna put these in opposite order. I do have the Osho Zen deck sitting here, and I'm going to save that till afterwards. Because rather than overlaying, a meaning or a topic or, a word or something on top of what we're encountering, I really want to leave it open so that you can encounter whatever is there for you. All right? And, I've really been feeling this lately, not just because of the Mercury retrograde, but because we do have a lot of things coming up as we shift and change and start moving back into open community, I guess is the way I'll say it. So I think we should get started here. So whoops, we got to flip them around this way. But let's start with our grounding meditation, all right? I'll take myself out of the picture. All right. So start by being in your body. Feel your skin, head to toe, front and back. Noticing the energy that's in your body, the quality of that energy, not trying to change anything, just noticing, being present. Down into the body. And then feel at the base of your spine, feel that root chakra begin to open. And feel the root go down into the earth. Down, down, down into the earth. Connecting with the living spirit of the earth, the energy of manifestation of growing things, the energy of being, physical being. And observe as that energy begins to rise up that root, rising, rising, shooting up the root. Feel it when it connects with your physical body and feel it cascade down your legs, flowing down, sparkling green and gold, sparkling earth energy down to the very tips of your toes. And then it begins to rise, filling up your pelvic girdle, filling up into your belly. You feel it rise up past your diaphragm and into your chest. Feel it energizing your back, up into your shoulders. Your chest fills up and feel it pour down your arms. pouring and cascading and sparkling down to the tips of every finger. And then let it rise up into your neck, into your head, and just watch that energy as it begins to swirl and move, filling up every space in your body. Notice that the energy goes where it needs to go, wherever there's a place that is dull or dim or heavy or dark, a place that needs healing, the energy is automatically drawn there. Watch it spin and swirl through your body. Feel it cleaning and clearing, lifting, taking away, energizing, waking up your cells, energizing your atoms, filling up all the vast space between the material part of your body. And now letting your breath all the way out. And as you breathe in, pull that energy up. Watch it get brighter, 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 filling your body up, and then release just the breath. Let the energy stay. Breath goes out, another breath in, brighter, brighter, brighter. Watch it vibrating. Watch it becoming so much more vital and vibrant, and release the breath. And one more. Pulling the air in, pulling the energy in, crank it up. Feel yourself getting warm and tingly with this incredible energy, and release your breath and release the energy out the crown. Feel it shoot out until it reaches a couple feet above your head, and then it arcs down all around you in a fountain of energy. A fountain that creates a beautiful living egg of light all around you, coming down to the earth, touching the earth, and sinking in to hug your root. And now feel that circuit as it moves without your intent. It moves all by itself, the earth energy rising up all the way through the body, out the crown and down. You are anchored, you are safe, you are connected, you are grounded. This keeps your body safe so that your spirit may reach out. As now we reach out through the crown into vast limitless space and invite in cosmic energy, pouring in the energy of stars, silver blue, planets, nebulae. Cosmic energy, the swirling of the elements that make up everything that is, pouring down into your body. Feel it pouring and joining with earth energy. As it pours in, it becomes lighter and more sparkling, more vibrant. This is the energy of all potential, filling up your body, joining with earth energy, swirling. As each spark of earth energy joins with a spark of cosmic energy and begins to spin. Feel everything that you don't need being chased out. As the earth and cosmic energy touches each of these things, they just flash out and disappear. Then let the cosmic energy sink down in your root until it connects with the egg and rises up through the egg on the outside and back into the universe. And now take your intent away from this and just notice how it continues to pour down through, out through the root, joining the egg and back up into the cosmos. This connects you with all that is, connects you with your spirit, connects you with every spirit, connects you with all potential. And now we are poised, protected, safe between heaven and earth. Now take a deep breath, and as you exhale, see a layer of that shell move outwards, however far you need it to be to protect you at this time and place, to give you a sacred space that is yours alone. And now take another breath, and as you exhale, see a third ring push out and connect with the rings of everyone else doing this meditation, whether it's now or in the temporal future. We're all here together. Connected circles. Feel the energy moving. Know that your personal egg shields you from taking in anything that is not yours as our circles intersect and connect with each other. And now I ask allies and ancestors, guides and guardians, and I invite you to reach out to your spiritual connections, to your source of the sacred, to your gods, goddesses, ancestors, allies, guides, and guardians. Be present here with us now. Please come look at us. Observe us as we do this sincere practice. Help us. Help this energy that we generate today to heal ourselves, and in so doing, help us to heal others. We say welcome and blessed be. And now, as we begin with the 8th chakra, this is where we dissolve out of the physical body and connect with spirit. So allowing yourself and your attention to be at that point, that's the uppermost point of your eggshell, away from your physical body. And without words, without a story, just let yourself become aware of the energy at this level. Here is where you may encounter any disbelief or doubts, any part of you that is skeptical about your spiritual belief system. Connect with it, feel it within the body. Let whatever arises be there. No reaching or grasping after it, no pushing away. Be with what is there, even if you can't recognize it intellectually, even if you can't describe it with words. Just open up to perceive it and know that that is sufficient. And now letting the breath out, feeling the energy in your body, and breathing it in just as it is, all the way. Breathing out, it expands. Expands and expands until it shatters and dissipates into vast, limitless space. Now we add the energy of the Tare mantra to this, 3 at a time. Om Tare, Tutare, Ture, Soha. 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 And now we come to the physical body, to the crown chakra, the very top of your head. Open up this center, feel it tingle, feel it open up, and see the color purple as it begins to swirl, spin, and spiral. As we activate this chakra, step into it, step into the color purple. Feel yourself surrounded by it. And as you are surrounded by it, you become aware of what needs healed at this level. You become aware of what is heavy, dark, dim, dull, ill, traumatized, all of it. Feel it in your body. Feel the heaviness, the darkness. Become aware of every part of it in your body, fully, openly, without judgment, and breathe it in. And breathe it out. Feel it expand, flash out. Om Tare Tutare Ture Soha. 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 And now with attention at the third eye, the brow chakra. Feel it tingle. Feel it activate. Feel it open between your brows and at the base of the skull. Feel it open and begin to spin out indigo blue light. Deep, deep blue, cobalt blue, vibrant. Feel it surround you. Feel as if you're diving into this deep, intense blue. Feel it touch every part of your skin. And let it bring the awareness of what is blocked here at the level of intuition, the level of psychic connection. Feel what is heavy here. Your disbelief, your fear, feel it all. Ask it to show itself. Open to it without judgment. Feel it in the body. Trust that it is there. Trust that the energy has presented itself. Breathe it in. And send it out. Feel it expand and shatter. And now just breathe in that wonderful blue. Om Tare Tutare Ture Soha. 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 And now we come to the throat chakra, and you feel it tingle and open, engage and activate front and back, sky blue, clear sky blue, swirling and spiraling out. Feel yourself diving into sky blue. Feel it touching your skin, every inch of your skin. Feel yourself bathed in it. Feel it bringing the awareness of everything at this level that needs to be healed, that needs to be accepted. Any blockages to communication, to thinking clearly, to expressing your truth. Feel the wounds, the trauma. We don't need the storyline. We just feel the energy. Trust that it is showing itself to you now. Trust that you feel every bit of it. And in full acceptance, we breathe it in. And we send it out, expanding in all directions, expanding, and flashing into vast, limitless space, expanding into nothingness. As we breathe in clear, beautiful sky blue and feel it spiral out. Om Tare Tutare Ture Soha. 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 And we come down to the level of the heart chakra and the color green. The color of Arya Tara. The color of the great goddess of wisdom, compassion, and power. We feel this chakra tingle, engage, activate, open, front and back, swirling and spiraling out, emerald green, clear and intense, bright with light. We feel that color bathe us, surround us on all sides, soaking it in through the skin. Beautiful, growing green, the growing green of all potential, of all manifestation, the color of compassion. And as we bathe in it, we feel the energy here that is presenting itself for healing. We feel it. We feel the heavy, the dense, the dark. We feel the leaden. We feel the blocks and obstacles. We feel the denial, the aggression. We feel the craving here. Feel it, and breathe it in. Send it out. Feel it expanding. Watch it go out until it dissipates into nothing, flashing out into 1,000 million shards, disappearing, dissipating, going away. Om Tare Tutare Ture Soha. 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 And coming down to the level of the solar plexus, the center of the body, the seat of the will, and we feel it tingle, Sending our awareness there opens it, vibrates it, energizes it, and the color golden, bright, solar yellow flashes out front and back, spiraling, spinning, swirling. Feel it surround you on all sides. Feel it pour down around you, touching you, energizing you, drawing forth the places where your will is blocked, drawing forth the places where your self-expression is dampened. Becoming aware of these blockages, feeling them in the body. And breathing them in. Sending out. Feel it flash out. Feel it disappear. Watch it like a firework exploding into a million fragments. Sparkling light fading away. Om Tare, Tutare, Ture, Soha. 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 Down to the Sacral Chakra, the seat of emotions. Putting your attention there energizes it. You feel it tingle, begin to open and activate. And the beautiful color of orange, living, vibrant, and light begins to spiral and spin out front and back. Feel the strength of it. Feel it surround you on all sides. Feel it touch your skin and sink in. Feel the color orange energizing and vibrating. Feel it bringing to you the awareness of everything that is blocked on the emotional level, everything that is traumatized, everything that is lying there, waiting to be moved. Feel the awareness of it. Step into acceptance and take it in with the breath. Send it out. Flash. Flashing out and disappearing, clearing and cleansing and healing. Om Tare, Tutare, Ture, Soha. 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 Now down to the root chakra, down to the foundation of our being, down to the foundation of everything, down to our oldest mind, down to ancestral memory. Down, down, down. Feel that chakra energize with the color red, spinning out. Blood red, crimson red, vital red. Feel that color rise up all around you, flowing around your body, touching every square inch. Feel the color red sinking in, bringing to you the awareness of anything that needs to be healed at the root. at the level of survival, at the beginning of being. Connect with this. Connect with the primal fear. Let it arise. Let it show itself to you fully. And take it in. Send it out. See the flash into a million red shards. Feel it dissipate out into the vastness of space. Om Tare, Tutare, Ture, Soha. 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 And now sinking down into the blackness of the earth, sinking into the darkness of your own wisdom heart, sinking into the darkness that dwells in the collective unconscious. All of the trauma that has been collectively carried by humanity lies here like a seam of coal, like a lake of oil. In the courage that Tare gives us, we open to this. We funnel it through our wisdom heart. We only encounter that which is in our own physical body, but we work with the collective energy nonetheless. With Tare on our side, we open to this, the color black. Being willing to feel this darkness in compassion for ourselves, in compassion for all of humanity that ever lived. Being the healing warriors that we are, we breathe it in. And we flash it out. And again, we breathe it into our wisdom heart. And like a twig in a raging fire, it burns up as we flash it out. And one more time. Sending it out. Feeling it dissipate. Om Tare, Tutare, Ture, Soha. 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 And now resting in this energy, in the rainbow that you're swimming in. Breathe it all in. Take in whatever you need. And now breathing in. And as we breathe out, we send the outer circle off into the universe. Send it out. Let it cover the planet and dissipate. Breathing in again. And the closer in layer expands out, covers the earth, flashes out into space as we let it go. And now with the attention on the egg closest to our body, we take in whatever we need, and we know that this egg stays with us all throughout the day, stays with us always, keeping us protected, keeping us shielded, allowing us to open, be soft and vulnerable to the earth because we trust ourselves, we trust our protection, we trust our allies and ancestors, our guides and guardians, we trust our gods and goddesses. So we can let go of all thoughts, all stories, all patterns. Let it go and just rest in your being. And now slowly coming back to the awareness of your body in this space, in this time. Wiggling your fingers, turning your wrists, wiggling your toes, turning your head, rolling your shoulders, coming back into the body, coming back into your space, back into now. Welcome back. Welcome back, my friends. Now, if you have not worked with Tara Mantra before, know that it is incredibly powerful. Know that she shakes things loose, and not necessarily gently. So to the extent that you are willing to work with these energies, expect some things to shift. And in the coming days, if you feel like things get to be too much, do Tonglen Practice. If you find yourself suddenly confronting things that are no fun at all, and the storyline pops up, this shouldn't be happening, I did this healing work. No, the healing work allows you to confront where these things still live in your daily practical life. Okay? And whatever feelings come up with these, as they show themselves, go to Tonglen. So doing Tonglen practice on a daily basis, on a regular basis, is wonderful. You know, when you take the time aside and work with things, you know, on your own terms. And where it's really powerful is when you get hit, that moment that you get nailed, that moment that you're pissed off, that moment that you recognize you've made a mistake and you're covered in shame. That moment that the grief hits and you start to run and you start to act out and you start to close down, start to repress, the moment it hits and you catch yourself running away, that's when you do Tonglen. Take the horrible feeling, take that bowling ball in your chest, take that that's there, sit down with it immediately and say, bring it, and breathe it in and breathe it out. Tonglen means taking and sending. The taking is, I'm going to take in this suffering because it's here already. You're not taking in anything that wasn't already there, folks. You're just fully accepting that it's there, and that's what shifts. And then you breathe it out. Let me catch up with messages here. Yeah, whew. Hi, Sherry. Hi, my dear. I didn't see you pop in. So while we're on the heart chakra, thin rectangle of black. Okay. All right. There you go. Oh, darling. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. Well, this is a healing practice. I mean, come back to this whenever you need it. But now this practice is yours. It's yours, folks. Just take it and use it. You don't have to do it with the Tare mantra. You don't have to do it with any mantra. It's just working with the energy that's in there. And this is why it's a Vajrayana practice, because it's immediate. It works immediately. And I am here to tell you it does as someone with anxiety disorder. Now, panic disorder is another thing. When my body decides to go into full panic mode, there ain't no shift in it. But what it can do is help you work with the storyline that's going off in your head. So if you've ever had a panic attack, you know that they're not connected to reality. There's usually not something to panic about. It just hits, your heart starts racing, you're off into panic, and what happens is your brain starts to supply the storyline of why I'm panicking. And then that causes more panic because now it's justified. But instead of going into that storyline, you can say, okay, here's the energy in my body, and just start breathing. Just start working with it. All right? Okay, catching up with more messages here. Yeah. Oh, okay, so are you recovering from this, Sherry? Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Healing, healing, healing to all. So, while your body is healing, it's optimal to have all of the energy that's available to you, have all the energy that's in your body available to you to work on healing the physical. But if you're dealing with emotional stuff and your energy is wrapped up in storylines that either justify how you're feeling or justify why you're right and they're wrong, all this kind of stuff, those storylines, the judgments, as long as you're wrapped up in that, your energy is being used to continue that pattern rather than freeing the energy. What Tonglen does is free that energy so that your body can use it for healing. All right? Okay, Neptune and Scorpio in the 10th house. All right, Neptune and Scorpio is transformative spiritual work, folks. Neptune is the spiritual, Scorpio is transformation, and 10th house is because it's what we're here to do. 10th house is how you make your mark on the world. Thank you for that, Samantha. Thank you so much for that. So yes, it is about transforming spiritual energy, using spiritual practice to transform energy because it's our proper business. It's what we're here to do as human beings on this planet. All right, let's take a look at the Osho Zen and see how we're doing. 2 weeks in healing. Okay, good for you, Sherry. I'm so glad. Cliff right now is facing a similar decision, but the problem is that he found out that something he did 2 years ago completely tore his ACL off. It's torn off for 2 years now. Boys, if there are any boys listening, go to the doctor when you do something, not 2 years later. Anyway, he now has a bad meniscus that has been repaired before that is causing a lot of problems. And since they can't reattach this ACL, or they're thinking they can't, they're like, well, total knee replacement. But his knee is great. His knee joint itself is in great shape. He's got a lot of cartilage. There's no damage to the knee joint itself. So we're both going, why the hell would you fix something that ain't broke? You managed to work with that knee for 2 years with no ACL. It's the meniscus that's causing the problem. Why on earth would you want to replace the joint? So that's where we're at right now. Okay. Well, let it go, let it go, let it go. You know what? No. Let it in, let it in, let it in. Okay? So whatever, issues, fears of moving forward, let it in. Let those fears in. Breathe them in, and then breathe out. So let's get away from the let it go. That's a pattern of aversion. I just have to let it go. No, you have to bring it in before you can let it go. You can't let go of something that you don't have in your hand. How's that? All right. Ooh, okay. Here's the ones that want to come out. Holy shit, look at this. All right, we're going to be taking more than 3. Schizophrenia, aloneness, and the dream. So aloneness, the hermit, is the card in the middle here. Schizophrenia is us being fragmented, us splitting ourselves into pieces because we don't want to confront the energies that are there, right? We run away. We're in the energy, we're suffering, but we don't want to deal with it, so we run away and we pretend it's not there, and we just kind of love and light it out, where we need to go into the darkness. This is the whole thing, is we need to go into the darkness. So you alone, the hermit here says you're the only one that can do this for yourself. Nobody else can heal you. Nobody else can do your healing work. This is me when I didn't want to get in the bathtub when I was in labor with Morgana, thinking that I couldn't be in there by myself. I'm the only one having the baby. You're the only one doing your healing. People can help you with, with therapy, with meditations like this, but you are the only one that can actually do the work. So you are alone. That's both the bad news and the good news. That's the good news here, because it says you're in control of it. It says that you can do it. If it was in somebody else's hands, then you got to rely on them, right? But no, you're the only one doing this healing work. Deal with it. Schizophrenia is about, thinking that that's not the case. Thinking that that's not true. Somebody else is going to help me here. I can just walk away from it. It splits us into fragments. And then we end up divorced from ourselves. We end up fragmented and split off from our very own emotional energy. So when you do this, what you're doing is reclaiming all of your energy for yourself, useful for yourself. And the dream on the other side. All right, well, that's another form of attachment. Look at what's going here. This is the dream. So, when we're doing spell work and working on our intentions, we can unintentionally, or rather very intentionally, take ourselves into that craving energy. But what is effective spell work? It's not effective spell work if you stay with the craving. It's suffering. What makes it a true spell and activates it is releasing the emotional energy, releasing it in trust, knowing that the universe will bring it back in the form that you intend. So it all works together. It all works together. Okay, let me see here. Yep. Yay, ready to dance again. Right on. Okay, so let's see what else we have here. Totality. Okay, so under schizophrenia, the fragmenting of ourselves, what do we have? Totality. We have all of the parts of ourselves working together. And when we are total and whole in ourselves, we can engage with others. We can play the part that we're meant to play here in this world. And look at totality. It looks like trapeze act, and there's 3 people here, and the person in the middle is absolutely dependent on everybody being there fully to play their part, right? That's what we want to be. We want to be engaged and fully here to play our part in helping to heal this planet in this critical time. There's a reason we're here in this critical time. There's a reason we incarnated right now. We are needed. We are needed whole, total, and unfragmented. We are needed empowered. And this is how you do it. Then look at under aloneness, we have aloneness, we have friendliness. This talks about becoming friends with yourself, becoming friends with your demons, becoming friends with your trauma, breathing it in and breathing it out. And then we have under the dream, we have conditioning. Okay, interesting. Conditioning is the devil card. He is the king of attachment. Okay? And it is our conditioning that takes us into this illusion and this dream that things shouldn't be the way they are, that something is good and something else is bad, the judgments that come up. It is our conditioning. And let me take one more here. That's the burden. That's the burden that we bear is our conditioning. So doing this Tonglen practice is a path to enlightenment, is a path to empowerment, is a path to healing. And it can be done on the spot and should be done on the spot. You can do it in the middle of a crowd when things are freaking the fuck out. You can do Tonglen. And I am so interested as you move through the coming days, as this is fresh in your mind. I want to hear from you on how this is working for you, on your experiences of, literally feeling that energy shift, and transform. And it's not that you let go of it, then it lets go of you. The let go is getting the energy to let go, the hooks to let go, right? Okay. So we need to deal with our conditioning. I want more flowering. Oh my God, look who it is. It's fucking Tare, you guys. It's Tare. Look, she's green. She's green. There's this mudra. There's this mudra. She's got her right leg out. She's ready to step off of that lotus. So, flower. This is what they do in dance to make a lotus. Okay, so flower. We're going to flower into the lotuses that we are, flowering at the crown, the 1,000-petal lotus there. That was a good wrap up. Okay, let me catch up here. Like a piece of coal being turned into a diamond. Yes, and I love at the end of my the Tare dance practice, we do 3 things. We become a vessel where we receive light, we concentrate it, and then we heal each of the elements. Then we offer everything that is precious that we have. We offer it, and as we offer it, it comes back to us, and then we give it away. And the third one is we take out of our wisdom heart, we have the mudra of no fear, removing fear, have the mudra of bestowing good fortune, everything we need. We reach into our wisdom heart and we pull out a seed of light, and then the hand goes into the middle of the circle and the light intensifies because we share it, we collect it. And then you turn around and you throw that light out into the world. Then you scoop up everything that's dark. You scoop up the darkness into the fire at your wisdom heart. And as Prema says, like a twig in a raging fire, it is gone. So that's what Tonglen does. It helps you bring in that dark and just poof in the fire of your wisdom heart. So, okay. Thank you so much, all of you, for being here. Please, if you feel so moved, there are a couple links down below that you can send a donation. I send you blessings for any donation you send. Nothing is too small. There is also a link down below for the tutorial on how to make the goddess prayer beads. Truthfully, since there seems to be zero interest in those kits, I think I'm just going to take the kits and make the beads and, sell them that way or give them away or whatever I do. But it doesn't seem like many people are interested in buying those kits. But if you go to the tutorial video, if you do want to buy a kit, look down below. There are links to the ones that are still for sale. Some of, one has sold. But yeah, this is, I am going to borderline beg here because I am a professional priestess. Priestesses don't make a lot of money. So I appreciate you for everything that you send my way. And if you can do it and get something for it, like a kit to make your own prayer beads, hey, so much the better, right? All right, you guys. Again, thank you so much for being here. Please like and subscribe. I see 1 like. Could you guys smack that like button on the way out so the algorithm knows that people like what I do and shows it to some other people? I appreciate that. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. And I will see you. When will I see you next? I'll probably see you Monday. But I will certainly see you live on Wednesday night and live again next Saturday for another prayer circle. Until then, take care, you guys. I love you all. This is the Zen Witch. Blessed be.